What's up, my good people in the YouTube world? It's your boy B, and I'm right back about you guys with another video. And today, I gotta admit something, man. You guys haven't seen me here in about maybe 3 weeks, close to a month. And the reason why I've been gone for that time is I done messed around and I caught it. What did I catch, you guys ask? I messed around and I caught coronavirus. Yes, it's true. Mr. B Live, the guy who gets up here and speaks about scientific literacy, the guy who gets up here and speaks about trust in science, messed around and caught coronavirus. Now, I can't tell you where I caught it from, but all I can say is I take a lot of public transportation. I really like to take Ubers and things like that. I also walk around my neighborhood and, I eat out sometimes. And I go to ATMs and things like that. And I'm thinking maybe one day I did that. And then as soon as I got in the house, I didn't wash my hands. Maybe I took my mask off and touched my face, touched my nose, touched my mouth, something like that. And then I messed around and came in contact with the virus. Now, it's interesting when you try to pinpoint the exact day that you got it. Now, I can't do that. I don't know the exact day that I caught it. But I can say this. On a Friday, I did a podcast with my cousin and also DJ Shuttle. And I'm looking back at that podcast. And at the time, I didn't know it. But I was coughing a lot during that podcast. And if you know, coughing is one of the first signs that you do have coronavirus. So I'm thinking that was when I had caught it. I think it was around that Thursday or Friday that I caught it. And at the time I was coughing, I thought absolutely nothing of it. But that Sunday is when I really started feeling sick. And what type of symptoms did I have? Well, number one, I was feeling very, very weak. Like my body was feeling real weak. I felt like I couldn't exert a lot of energy. The second thing I felt is fatigue. I felt very, very tired. It's like just walking up the stairs was a hassle. And I really didn't lose breath, but I felt like walking up and down the steps was a hassle. I felt like I wanted to sleep all day. I started losing my appetite. I started feeling dizzy. And I started feeling like I was dehydrated. So that Monday, I went to urgent care around my area, and the urgent care told me that I did have coronavirus. Now, they tested me the same way I'm sure they tested everybody. They put the swab down my nose, and that really wasn't too bad, I cried a little. It made my eyes water, but it wasn't bad, it didn't hurt. But 20 minutes later, because I took the rapid test, they came back and they told me that I tested positive for it. Now, for about 10 to 11 days from that point on, now, it wasn't, you got to isolate for 10 to 11 days. But, in all honesty, I started feeling okay after about the 8th day. I gradually started feeling better. But during that time, it was horrible. At the time, I was working on my weight. I wanted to get myself up to about 168, 170 pounds. And at that time, I was to that level. But with the coronavirus thing, where your body is having fevers, so I was sweating. I didn't have an appetite. So during that time, I wasn't eating too much of anything. I had fruit. I was eating soup. I also just was having a whole bunch of beverages. So I would drink things like Gatorade. I would have fruit juice. I would drink a whole bunch of water. But that's no supplement for real food, real solid food. And real solid food made me want to throw up if I ever had it. So I couldn't really eat while I had the coronavirus. I was very fatigued. I couldn't sit up in chairs because I felt very nauseous. So most of the time for, most of the days that I was isolated, I was just laying in the bed because I was fatigued, and I couldn't sit up again because I felt very nauseous. But I made it, and I started to come back to normal after the 10 days. But even after the 10 days, I didn't feel normal again. I was still fatigued. My taste my taste never really left me, but my sense of smell did leave me. And we speaking about a month later, and my sense of smell isn't completely back. I can smell in spurts now. So like strong things I could smell. I could smell air fresheners and things like that. But faint things, I can't smell it. I still can't smell it. But my smell is coming back because prior to, this week, I really couldn't smell a lot. But now I am getting my sense of smell back. I still got a little bit of phlegm in my throat. You guys hear me all the time, so my voice isn't completely back to normal. So I even after a month, I'm still feeling certain signs that I had from COVID. You feel me? But I made it. I made it. And one of the main things that I realized made me make it is when I was born. And these are some of the things that I look at when I start having my theories on life and exactly what life means. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 next month. But peep it. I was born in 1980. At my company where I work, we lost over 120 people within a 12-month span. And I'm looking at the majority of these people who lost their lives. And I'm noticing that they were born in 1950, 1960, 1940. And I'm just like, damn, it's, the only thing that gave me a better chance at surviving is the fact that I was born 20 to 30 years prior to these people that were born in the 50s and the 60s. Let's think about it for a second. If I was born 20 years prior to when I was born, it would have put me in the age bracket where coronavirus is very dangerous. If I was born 30 years prior to when I was born right now, that would make me 70. That would put me right in the prime age of people who were actually losing their lives. And these are things that I can't control. I can't control when my mother and father was born. I couldn't control when my mother and father met each other. I didn't control when my father's sperm impregnated my mother's egg. These are the type of things that I think about now. You understand, when it comes to life. And it's just chance that I was able to survive. And let's even break it down even further. All you guys that sit over here and talk about having healthy immune systems and speaking as if you actually did something to allow you to survive this pandemic. Imagine being born in 1918, prior to us having the type of medical advances that we have, prior to us having, all the medical treatment that we have now. You would die from things that's absolutely normal now. So, for example, I'm a diabetic. In 2021, there are much more ways to treat diabetes than it was back in 1918. The reason why I'm surviving is because when the years I was born. If I was born in 1818, I would have a much less chance of surviving than I have right now. And you got to ask yourself, why? And these are the things that I think about when it comes to life in general. And this is why, I tend not to believe in such a higher being. I don't believe in that stuff. I believe that, that life is about humans a lot of times. You know what I mean? Advances in this world came from human ingenuity. It comes from human advances and the things that we're actually doing. And I don't think that God plays any type of role in that type of stuff, but these are just some of the things I think about. You may disagree with me. I'm not going to sit up here and argue with the way you look at life and the way you see things. That's your worldview and this is my worldview. But I was fortunate to be born in 1980. And the fact that I was born in 1980 kept me out of that range group of people who was actually dying from COVID-19. Also, I wasn't born around 1919 when that flu pandemic happened. Also, being a diabetic, I was born in 1980. So, I turned into a diabetic about 10 years ago. And in the year 2010, 2011, they had things that could help me treat diabetes that they didn't have in the year 1800. And these are the things that helped me survive, you know? And even going back further, I had pancreatitis and the doctors saved my life. I had pancreatitis back in 2005 and almost died. The doctors are the ones that saved my life. And it just so happened that I was born in the time where we could actually treat these types of diseases. If I had this disease back in the year 1715 or around that time, I'd probably be up out of here, man, you know? And I don't attribute when I was born to a God, you know? Because if we saying that God saved my life, then God obviously killed the people who died. You feel me? And I don't think that's the type of God you guys want to praise, man. But this is the live as we up out here. This video is getting long. Thank y'all for listening to little old B. You know, I could be boring at times, but thank you guys for listening. We up out here. Let me know what you guys think about it, man. You know, if you believe in a God, let me know why you think a God saved your life as opposed to what humans are doing. And, you know, just chance. You know, the chance of your parents meeting at the time that they met, the chance that your parents met when they met to have your parents, you know? Again, we up out here, man. Thank y'all for watching. This is the livest year.